I get from Spirit, and for all of us who are on this journey to love and to reunite with our divine vibrational matches in this lifetime. And so I'm going to do some guidance for today. So the guidance is going to come from the mantra books that I do, and these are all basically mantras that lift and shift your energy and send out little messages to your twin, to the universe, to put you in the energetic and vibrational frequency to come into your union. And so it is the essence of me is calling out for the feel of your touch. That is the one for today. So the essence of me is calling out for the feel of your touch. And lots of people are sending me messages to say that they felt really strongly their twin's energy, maybe feeling them, caress their forehead or kiss, or feeling the touch of them. So I understand why that message has come through, because me too, I have felt that very strongly recently. And it is one of those things that if you it's a conscious thing that you tap into, right? Because if you're busy doing every stuff, you don't really feel it. But it's like if you consciously tap into your twin's energy and ask them to touch you, feel you, then you will touch you, feel you. So guidance for the Art of Love Tarot today is this, and it is the Ten of Angels, to surrender. So to surrender to this process. I know that it's been really difficult recently, because not only for me, but also for lots of people sending me emails just saying, my twin is with somebody else, or they're, whatever it is, we all have stuff that we need to get through. And so this is, that feeling, the feeling of like, can I actually go on? Can I pick up my sword anymore? And the message is this. It is the Ten of Angels points to an unexpected situation. The effort of pushing against something unwanted has left you exhausted. Give up control so that healing can begin and something new can be birthed. 10 is the number of suspension. It offers you space to clean up and heal any ideas or beliefs that knock you from your center of love. The past has outgrown its usefulness, and yet you keep implementing the same familiar ways. This has or will lead to a dramatic end. There is strength in surrender. It does not need to be so dramatic. Experience is the greatest teacher. So somebody asked for a channeled letter, and the question they asked is, what can I do to end the runner-chaser cycle? And the answer is this, is to surrender. Is basically to not follow the patterns that you followed before. Is to give up, is to basically, the irony is to basically give up, as in to give up the connection to the divine, to put it in the hands of the divine, to put it in the hands of the universe, the divine, God, goddess, whatever is right for you. But it is to say, I trust in this connection. I trust and have faith in this connection, and therefore I'm going to stop pushing for it to happen, right? I'm just going to release it. And that is the way. Because suddenly that energy shifts, right? You can feel it if you know yourself, if you're I know, I've done it, I've been there. So, and I can easily slip back into it anytime as well. But I know, because I know the feeling of it, it's different, right? It's different than if you just if you just put it in a space of, I know this is happening, and therefore I'm just going to let this go, and I'm going to surrender it into the universal space where creation happens, and I am going to raise up my vibration to meet it there, right? That's the thing. It's about releasing and surrendering the need to push for it, and it's about working on your vibration, right? And then you can vibrationally meet in the same place, because it will flow to you. And that's just the laws of the universal law, right, of law of attraction. So that's the thing. So I can see why this has come up. Lots of people sending me stuff going, this is just too much. And just the fact that I had that question, how do I end the cycle of runner chaser, and this has come up. Well, that's the answer. This is the answer. So next one is guided from the sacred geometry. What do we need to know? Prosperity. Funny. Right, the reason why I'm laughing is I can just absolutely, that's exactly what I was thinking before this message. Is about prosperity and about abundance and about money, particularly just because I have a lot of outgoings. Just coming up to having a lot of bills to be paid and legal fees and various kind of, fees that are totally out of my, out of my control, basically. They're all legal stuff. And so, and I was thinking this morning, goodness, how is this all going to happen? So the new energy is asking us to revisit and redefine how we want to perceive many human concepts to help us, I love this, to help us recreate a reality that reflects a new and more expanded consciousness. The way in which we perceive and experience our state of prosperity is important to the creation of our new reality. The word prosperity originates from the Latin word prosperus, which means doing well, but this entails much more than just our financial wellness. The original meaning encompassed the totality of our well-being, including our health and happiness as well as our success. Sadly, it seems that we have lost this meaning over time, and we have grown accustomed to measuring our success and thus our prosperity by the reflection of our bank accounts. The new energy invites us to reconsider our feelings of joy, love, compassion, and connection to self and others, in addition to the fulfillment of our more mundane and physical needs. All are a part of our sense of prosperity. In this activation, the abundance of rich, deep, and vibrant colours refers to the abundance of experiences that the universe provides in any given moment. Experiences that resonate with all parts of our being and activate all the energy centres in our body. The swirling movements indicate the constant change that is at the core of our human experience. Their predominantly green and turquoise colours indicate the importance of letting all these experiences flow through the heart centre, where we can connect them with our inner truth before we express them in the external world. The forest in the background and the double squares support the activation of prosperity on the level of our earthly plane and in our daily lives, so that all of our needs are fulfilled, those on the emotional and spiritual plane, as well as the ones that ensure our physical survival and well-being. The flowers at the corners represent the beautiful potential for new life, new possibilities, and new richness that grows from each new moment. The number 8 is the manifestation number, referring to our capacity to create our reality and our prosperity on this earth plane through an open heart and clear, focused intent. So take a moment to go inside and contemplate the prosperity in your life. Do you feel prosperous? How are you prosperous? What areas would you like to be more prosperous in? Write down everything and everyone that enriches your life and notice how long your list really is. So prosperity today. And about being in the intent. Again, it comes down to surrender. I am whatever you want to be, and then surrendering it. So next one is work your light. What do we need to know? And it is the warrior woman. So you're a warrior. You're a sturdy soul. You know, you came here for a purpose. Nobody said it was going to be easy, unfortunately, but you're a way shower. So, you know, be a warrior woman. So this is all about enhancing and tapping into your deepest calling, tapping into your warrior goddess, and using that sword. So think of your fears as opportunities to expand, rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. So if it feels uncomfortable, then, you know, you're on the right track. Keep going. You know, basically, you always have that bit of fear before you step into the unknown. And that's totally fine. You just got to feel the fear and do it anyway. Look at that. Your hard work is paying off. And look at that. It's the ram, the goat, right? The goat. We had this because the goat came through in someone's healing. And then later on, her little boy brought something home, and it was about the goat, and it said the goat was an acronym for the greatest of all time. So it was a lovely message, because when she first had the healing, I said, look, things that come through are quite abstract, but they will make more meaning because you'll get more messages from it later on. And she contacted me, that was about 2 months after, and she said, I now see why, because the goat, my son, just gave me a message about the goat, and it is the greatest of all time. And so it was just lovely, you know, just when she needed that additional message, that's when it came. So the ram, even more stubborn, and they can climb trees. So first and foremost, this card suggests a new start. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. So if you've been unhappy in your job, then this is a time to change. So Capricorn is a sign of ambition, building and hard work. The energy is solid and rigid. The new moon in Capricorn is a powerful lunation that comes towards the end of the year and marks arguably the best moment annually to make a list of your hopes, dreams, ambitions and intentions for the year ahead. Pulling this card at any time suggests that with planning and discipline, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. Right, so it is about living with the intent, you know, the intention, living with, you know, doing, like I came back to right at the beginning about setting your mantras. Your mantras are a really great way of setting your energy to say, this is what I want to create in my energetic bubble. You know, the essence of me is calling out for the feel of your touch. These types of things are all ways of lifting and shifting your vibration, focusing your intent the right way into union. Look at that, regeneration, rebirth. This is the second message, basically, about, you know, you're rebirthing, regenerating, letting go of the old. You know, this is like, the Ten of Swords is also like you've collected all of the swords. Now, you know, you're moving on through them. So it is the end of a cycle. So, and we're constantly going through cycles. So the message is the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible in love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Because love is rising up to greet you. There you go. So we are regenerating. You know, we've come through a cycle. We've come through another level of saying, you know, for all of those people that are going through a really tough time, it's the Ten of Swords, which is the Ten of Angels in this deck, but it's the Ten of Swords. And the reason why it happens is for you to surrender even more to the process. And to let go of any, you know, to let go of the need to control it. I think that's the biggest thing. It's letting go of the need to control it. So look at this. Number 46 from the mantra books, which is the same as the card 46, is this. My soul is totally in control of my life, and I love it. And so this, I can see why that is the one, because, you know, it's the ego that tries to control and tries to push us and tries to think that we have to control this situation. The soul knows that it's following its destiny. The soul knows that it's on its pathway home. So that's why the more that you put your soul in charge of your life, the more it might feel a bit scary, but once you start doing it, the more it enlightens your life. So that's the message. My soul is totally in control of my life, and I love it. So there you go. My soul is totally in control of my life, and I love it. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay, I hope that helps. If you want to get these mantra books, my mantra books are all for sale on Amazon. And there's going to be some more coming, but